Info Plus for genuine information.
Hello and namaste. Welcome to Info Plus on Himalayan Television. We are honored to have with us the director of the British Council, Shahida MacDougall. The British Council is renowned for its effort in promoting cultural relations and educational opportunities. We are eager to discuss the Council initiatives, its impact and future plans.
Info Plus for genuine information.
Shahida MacDougall is British Council Country Director with over 15 years international experience of leading teams, managing programs and supporting development of government institutions. Education reforms and civil society organization in Uzbekistan, UK, Pakistan, Northern Ireland, Argentina, Tanzania, Bangladesh and Nepal.
Info Plus for genuine information.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Welcome to Info Plus on Himalayan Television, and I believe this is not the first time for Info Plus to take an interview with the British Council, and welcome to Info Plus on Himalayan Television.
Thank you.
It's been an honor to have you here with us on the show. I would like to start this interview with what has been the most rewarding aspect with the British Council here in Nepal, and what has been the most memorable experience of yours here in Nepal during your tenure?
Well, firstly, namaste to you and to your viewers, and thank you very much for having me on the show. I'd like to start by saying that I worked and lived in South Asia for almost 10 years, and the last 4 years of that were in Nepal. So Nepal will always have a very special place in my heart because this is the first country where I'm fulfilling the role of country director for the British Council. And I'd like to, the most memorable experience is the opportunity to work with amazingly talented teams and incredibly passionate and like-minded partners. And I'm incredibly proud of what we have achieved together. And just in the last year alone, we've conducted tens of thousands of examinations, we've trained over thousands of teachers, and through those teachers we've reached over 1,500,000 children. Our global resources on English, training and webinars, they benefited over, again, thousands and thousands of teachers of English and Nepal as well, and educators across all 7 provinces as well. We've also had an opportunity to train some of the school leaders. So I think the most rewarding part of my job is seeing the positive impact our work and our program is having on individuals, on communities, and witnessing the growth and success of students and young leaders is incredibly inspirational as well. And I've arrived during COVID, during lockdown, so it was incredibly amazing, the resourcefulness of our teams, that when we're supporting government priorities and strategies, especially around school continuity, how quickly we adapted our program and how quickly we provided remote teaching platforms to make sure that training continues. And the other amazing experience is Nepal has over 127 languages, diverse cultural diversity, tradition, and so many festivals. I've never worked in a country that has so many festivals, and all of that really help us to understand the diversity, but also incorporate that diversity and inclusion into our work that we do as well. And I can share some of the examples as we go along as well. And some of my favorite experiences have been around traveling across Nepal, from the Terai plains to the way to the Himalayas, meeting amazing people and partners and communities and understanding their ways of working and living as well. And I've been so amazed by the Nepal's vibrant culture and traditions as well. This is something I will be cherishing for the rest of my life as well. And I live next to this beautiful temple, so every morning I wake up to the sounds of bells and conch shells. And it's such a beautiful way to start each day. I don't need any alarms. I just listen to my neighbors. So I'm really grateful and for this opportunity to have lived here and worked here as well. I've made amazing friends that I will, and those friendships will last for the rest of my life. So loads of amazing things that I will take away with me, and loads of amazing things that I'm incredibly proud of.
Adding to this, how do you define Nepal as a country and the people here?
I would say it's a very tricky question. It's a very complex question, and it reflects the complexity of the society. So it took me a while to understand the structural norms and systems and how those define some of the relationships between communities, individuals, even within our office as well. And coming here as an outsider, it was really important for me to understand those nuances and intricacies. And this is how British Council works. We're not here to tell the government or the partners that British way is the only best way. We're here to be a good partner, a good friend, to listen, to learn, to observe, and then jointly with other development partners, help Nepali government to find the right solution to meet their strategic priorities. So for us, in British Council, it's all about understanding the cultural nuances and then adapting our program to make sure that we're adding value and we are offering something of that could be adapted and used.
Can you provide an overview of British Council presence and missions in Nepal, and what are the main objectives of British Council in Nepal?
Okay, so I probably will start saying that by saying that British Council is a UK cultural relations organisation. We are present in over 100 countries, and we work with over 200 countries. So that gives us a unique advantage in terms of availability of expertise and experiences that we can draw on when we're designing our programs as well. Our main objective is building connection, understanding and trust between our nations in the UK and in Nepal as well, through our work in arts and culture and English and education as well. And we do that by working directly with individuals and collaborating with governments and partners as well. And our key objectives are around youth development, education support, art and culture, that all support the government's agenda in terms of preparing for graduation from least developing countries in 2026 and ultimately achieving its aim of becoming a middle income country by 2030 as well. In Nepal, we have been present for 65 years, so this year it's our special birthday as well, and we have celebrated it. We started celebration last year because it also coincided with the 100 years of Treaty of Friendship. So we had loads of events and celebrations both in the UK and here as well. So that people-to-people connection is really important for us as well. But ultimately, as I said earlier, it's all about adding value and supporting government priorities around equitable education and accessible education as well, and job creation as well. So for example, last year alone, we've reached 82 million through virtual and in-person interactions, and we've collaborated with over 250 government leaders, with over 5,000 school leaders and teachers as well, community leaders, parents, teacher associations as well, with over 300 artists and journalists and art leaders as well. So when we first started in 1959 as a British library, we've now grown our mission in terms of supporting strategic objectives of the government as well. Ultimately, our mission is to support Nepal and its people in realizing their aspirations, their dreams, creating opportunities for knowledge and skills development and transfer as well. And just, I'd like to say that it's really important for the UK as well to learn from Nepal's rich culture and traditions, because Nepal has a lot to offer. Quite a lot of pioneering interventions around multilingualism, for example, or private-public sector collaboration in Tibet sector. Nepal is leading the way. So it is a mutually beneficial relationship. I think this is so important, building that connections by bringing people together. We learn from each other, we break down the barriers, all these misunderstandings, and create that special bond that ultimately create those bridges, metaphorical bridges between the nations as well, and ultimately lead to a more peaceful and equal world as well. So just to say again, we're here to be a trusted friend and a partner for Nepali government and people as well, and do our bit to contribute to achieve Nepal's ambitions.
As I mentioned earlier about art and culture, how does British Council promote art and culture between UK and Nepal? And could you share some of the events happened recently in related with arts or collaboration with Nepal?
Yes. So art is one of our pillars of our portfolio as well. And we are incredibly proud, as I said, of our 65 years of connection between the Nepal and artists and the sector and the UK sector as well. And as I said earlier, we started as a small library. Since then, we provided opportunities for scholarship and cultural exchanges. We had quite a lot of collaboration between UK and Nepali artists as well. So ultimately, our strategy when it comes to art is to promote two main areas. One is connecting sectors by facilitating exchanges and supporting Nepali artists to participate in international and UK programs and festivals, which allow them to gain international expertise, learn new skills, and then come here and maybe adopt some of the skills and utilize them in a way that benefit Nepali art, culture and sector as well. And the other priorities around working together through art, addressing global issues like gender inequality or climate change, or the areas like cultural heritage preservation as well. And working together, it's incredibly beneficial for both nations as well. So some of the recent examples include for a program called In Our Own Hands, where we build the capacity of Nepali youth entrepreneurs to develop their green business ideas that contribute to sustainable creative economy. Another amazing work that we do is with women through the work of Women of the World Festival. It's an international arts festival celebrating women and marginalized communities and girls, and exploring challenges around gender inclusion and equality as well. And this year we're really excited because we are hosting it in partnership with Kathmandu Metropolitan City. This is our 7th edition of the festival, and we're expecting more than 10,000 participants over 2 days, not just from Nepal, so all 7 provinces, but also colleagues from the region and the UK. So we're really excited. And another, perhaps third element, is around cultural heritage program. This is for the first time we've managed to bring this program to South Asia. So in addition to Nepal, we'll be piloting it in Pakistan and Bangladesh. And this program is funded by the UK's Department for Digital Culture, Media and Sport. And they provide grants to teams or communities that are focusing on preserving tangible and intangible cultural heritage. So, and those are predominantly the ones that are threatened by conflict or climate change. So our project, which is a pilot for us, and as I said, we're really excited because this is the first time it's been rolled out in Nepal. It includes preservation of Matila relief sculptures. So we'll be working with women artists. ICAI will work with Indolpa, Kusunga language, and some food heritage among indigenous communities.
As we know that British Council has been established in Nepal a long time ago. And how do you see the role of British Council in terms of shaping the career of youths in Nepal?
British Council have been present in Nepal for 6 decades now, 65 years. And we have been working very closely with the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, as it's called now, and then its various line agencies as well, to improve school education and teacher professional development as well. And we strongly believe that it's only through education that Nepal can achieve its ambition of preparing the skilled workforce that can contribute to the prosperity and development of the country as well. And the current government's mission of leaving no behind, we subscribe to that, and we fully believe that by making education inclusive and accessible to all, it's one way of achieving prosperity for everyone as well. So some of our work, it includes around supporting the school sector education plans. We also do quite a lot of work on technical vocational education and training. For example, we've piloted a large program where we brought together private and public sector to bridge the gap between the supply and demand. And we also contributed to developing a 10-year Tibet sector strategic plan, which informs the future Tibet Act as well. So we worked very closely with 5 employer associations to make sure that the curriculum that offered by the training colleges is relevant and meeting the labor needs and requirements. We're also really proud to support the government on transnational education. For example, we're now currently conducting a research into transnational landscape to understand benefits and potential challenges. And the reason for introducing this study and commissioning this study is to help the government to understand how we can further strengthen institutional capacity and capability of universities and colleges here. So, but also promote collaborations and exchanges between UK institutions and Nepali institutions as well. As we know, on average, there's a shocking statistic: over 3,000 young people leave the country on a daily basis. So the only kind of one of the ways of reversing or stopping it is by providing them with opportunities for education here, but also creating the job opportunities in Nepal as well. And so we're doing that through also non-formal education as well, where we're providing access to English training to girls from marginalized community, improving their digital skills, their social skills, and also through our work in examination, we're providing access to teaching and undertaking UK qualifications and assessment that then allow them to go and study overseas, and hopefully for some of them to come back and contribute to building the society as well. So it's all about inclusion and accessibility as well. And in everything we do, it's so important for us to work with like-minded partners, other development partners as well. For example, we're part of the Local Education Development Partners Group with joint financing partners, with development partners, and it's really important for us to understand the needs and priorities of the government before we can offer them the right solution as well. So just to give you some statistics, for example, we've trained over 630 government officials, local government officials, and we created a national assessment framework, and we've trained over 1,000 educators on a system that we helped to design called Education Management Information System as well. And we're also incredibly proud of our work with youth networks and organizations, help them to address global challenges like climate change, and also we gave them opportunity to visit COP 26 and 27 as well. So, and through our work in arts and culture, and we've already touched on it a little bit, we're creating this entrepreneurs to build their sustainable business ideas and supporting that cultural heritage.
Some of your successful stories from your educational initiatives here in Nepal?
Yeah, thank you. So there's quite a lot to mention, so I'll just focus on some of the key ones. So we are a partner for the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology. We have a dedicated memorandum of understanding which reaffirms our commitment of working together in partnership and addressing some of the challenges in the education sector. And we assisted, not only work with the ministry, we also work with its line agencies. For example, some of the work includes around developing head teacher proficiencies. This is the new piece of work for Nepal. It's never been developed previously, so we're incredibly proud to be selected as a partner for that piece of work. And as I said earlier, Nepal is incredibly diverse with over 127 languages, so there is constant debate around the role of mother tongue. So the work we do in partnership with UNICEF is really important because we're helping the government to formulate guidelines and policies on multilingual education as well. So again, incredibly proud and honored that we've been tasked with these opportunities to work and support the government. The work we do on technical and vocational training is equally important, as Nepal is preparing to graduate from LDC and to achieve middle income status. The role of the youth in supporting economy is so important, and in order to achieve that, we need to make sure that the training colleges that are providing these opportunities for young people meeting demands of the labor. So the work we do with private sector in terms of bridging the gap between supply and demand is really critical as well. And we've been, again, fortunate enough to support and develop a 10-year Tibet sector strategic plan, which will inform the Tibet Act when it comes, hopefully. And we are continuing and supporting that collaboration between the private sector and public sector as well. And the research we're doing currently on transnational education will also help the government in understanding of potential opportunities that transnational education brings to Nepali institutions and academics, and hopefully will provide opportunities for exchanges and collaborations and working together as well, and give access to international curriculum to many, many young students in Nepal as well.
How do you tailor your English language program to support the needs of Nepali students and professionals?
Yeah, that's a really good question, especially it's a really important question in a country that has over 127 languages. But we all recognize and understand that English has a role to play. And English is the language that you use internationally in commerce and in trade as well. So government recognizes this, Nepali government recognizes this, and it is committed towards enhancing the quality of teaching and training of English within its schools network and education sector as well. So we're incredibly proud that we are supporting the government on providing opportunities for teachers of English and the students to increase their proficiencies and improve their learning outcomes as well. And because this is all contribute towards developing of human capital, which is so needed for Nepal, as Nepal has incredibly ambitious. So some of the key initiatives around English is professional development, where we develop a comprehensive framework to upskill the teachers and teachers educators, also improving the quality of teaching and methodology of teaching English. And we have extensive network of resources globally. We have colleagues internationally as well who run regular webinars and workshops, and those are available to all the teachers in Nepal as well. And we've trained thousands and thousands of teachers, and those resources are available for free of charge. And all information is again on our website as well. Through our programs like English Connect, we also provide again technology-based training and some of the teaching resources for the teachers of English as well. And one of my favorite projects, it's called Girls Empowerment Mainstreaming Sustainably. It's called GEMS, and we are proud to deliver this work in partnership with VSO, who's been our partner for the last 3 years. So through our Girls Empowerment Mainstreaming Project, GEMS in short, that we're delivering in partnership with VSO, we've set up clubs in some of the municipalities and in community centers, and it gives opportunity for young girls and in some cases young boys as well to come together and improve their English skills, their digital skills, their digital literacy, and just life skills. So all our programs is evidence-based. We use research and data to understand the context and then to tailor that context to the local needs and requirements to make sure that what we do is impactful, is relevant, is inclusive, but most importantly is aligned to Nepal's educational and development priorities and goals.
So, adding to this, what are the British Council strategies, priorities for the next few years in Nepal?
So, it's a really good question because the world around us is changing constantly, and it's important that we also adapt and learn from previous experiences. Most importantly, for us, it's critical to understand government of Nepal's priorities and then tailor our British Council strategies to meet the local needs and context as well. So the main thing is continue that people-to-people connections, strengthening those connections and building that trust, continuing enhancing understanding between our two nations as well, and keep positioning UK as a key partner and a friend in education and culture as well. So our key focus areas will be around education improvement, inclusivity and civic engagement, empowering youth, continuing our work in strengthening the Tibet sector, the work we do around youth leadership and capacity building of young people. And also, this is a new area for us relatively. We've only been doing this for the last 5 years. Creative green economy and cultural heritage protection. These are the key areas that we'll be focusing on over the next
coming days.
Coming years, yes.
Very interesting. What scholarship programs does British Council offers to the Nepalese students who are wishing to start in UK?
Over the last 6 decades, British Council has been provided numerous opportunities around scholarship. We have some ministers or ex-ministers, secretaries, academics who have had a chance to study and live and work in the UK. And we've set up, again, I think over 27 years ago, an association, it's called ABAN, Association of British Alumni Network, which has an extensive members. I think one of the oldest members is almost 100 years old. So they're former politicians, ministers, and some of them are very young, recent graduates, and they all bring that expertise and experiences from the UK and contributing to the development of Nepal. So some of the examples in terms of our most recent scholarships include Women in STEM, and it's the objective of that scholarship is to boost participation of Nepali women in science, technology, engineering and mathematics field. And the scholarship aims to address global underrepresentation of women in the STEM field as well. So globally, there's a very low enrollment rates in information communication technology, in natural sciences and math. So we are encouraging more women to participate in these programs as well. So some of the benefits of this scholarship is access to top universities in the UK, which have with access to best lecturers and technology, career advancement that they receive as a result of the scholarships as well, and also networking opportunities, creating friends in the UK, but also liaising with, making friends from other countries as well that potentially continue when they come back to Nepal.
Sorry to interrupt you. And what are the criteria to get those
The criteria, current scholarships and forthcoming scholarships is available on our website, which is www.britishcouncil.org.np, and also on our social media as well. There is also a scholarship called Chevening Scholarship, although it's not managed by British Council. It is offered by the UK, the most prestigious, it's one of the most prestigious scholarships, and funded by the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office. And we support and promote this scholarship as well. And the current, actually the window is open now. It's open on the 7th of August, and colleagues and people and candidates can apply until 5th of November. So again, all the details on our website, and I would encourage more applicants from diverse groups as well, because there are lots of amazing benefits again, and historically Chevening Scholarship used to target future leaders. So it's a great opportunity not only enhance their academic skills, but also improve their leadership skills and build their personal and professional networks as well, and become the global citizens as well.
Yes.
So British Council also has this alumni network, and again I would encourage former and current scholars and students to sign up to that network, and again all our information is on our website.
I think the good score on IELTS is also very important to get the scholarship.
Yeah, so IELTS is one of the criterion, and there are different parameters that scholars need to meet, and it varies from university to university. It also varies from course to course as well. So I would recommend prospective applicants to go on our website and check with the individual universities as well, to make sure that they understand the assessment criteria as well, and to make sure they have all the relevant information as well. We have colleagues also in British Council who can advise them on some of the criteria as well.
Adding to this, I would like to ask, I've seen few students getting 8 on each band on IELTS with few points, you know, they are not getting up to the mark. So to those students, is there any facilities to retake one particular exam?
Well, first of all, those who are getting 8, I would say incredible achievement, because it's incredibly difficult exam. And so we do offer paper-based IELTS, which consists of 4 parts, as you rightly said, and also computer-based IELTS. So the ones who take computer-based exams have an opportunity to retake a particular module, one of the elements, and it's called One Skill Retake. And it's recently been introduced, and all the information available on our website as well. But it gives them the chance just to retake one module rather than repeat the entirety of the examination, because it's incredibly stressful and it's difficult. So for them to give this opportunity, it's really brilliant. But just to emphasize, it's only available to those who have taken the exams, computer-based exams. And again, loads of information available on our website. We also have quite a lot of tutorials and webinars that prepare students to take these exams on our website.
What message would you like to give to the viewers about the British Council in Nepal? And is there anything you would like to add on this interview that we have not able to cover?
Well, first of all, again, huge thank you for giving us this opportunity. So this year, a particular special year for us because we're celebrating 65th anniversary. So this is a great opportunity for us to say a huge thank you, first of all, to the government and also to various line agencies and our partners, our stakeholders, for trusting us in doing our work and making contribution in our own way to support government initiatives and objectives as well. And personally, I just want to say again that it's been incredibly rewarding experience for me that I will cherish for the rest of my life as well. And I'd just like to wish Nepal and its wonderful people all the very best for many years to come, and just continue being that amazing, beautiful, diverse and tolerant society, because it doesn't happen everywhere, and so unique features that Nepal has offered to other countries. It's really important that other parts of the world also recognize that there is something they can learn from Nepal as well. So we play a small part in building that understanding about amazing work that happens in Nepal, despite difficult challenges and difficult, perhaps even climate, harsh climate, the resilience of these people, dedication, the enthusiasm is incredibly contagious as well. And as I said, I've learned so much personally and professionally, and most importantly, I've learned from my teams and my colleagues and my friends here, it's not losing that sense of perspective and understanding that sometimes certain things are not within our control, but by coming together, by talking to each other, we can find a way forward. So a huge thank you again to your viewers and to your team as well for coming to visit us and giving us this opportunity to talk about British Council work in Nepal. Thank you. Very, very dhanyabad.
And can I also ask you, what is the precious thing that you'll be missing about Nepal? Because this is your last tenure here in Nepal, isn't it?
This is a very tricky question because there's so many things I'll be missing. First of all, amazing people I met, amazing friendships that I've made. Food, dal bhat. I love dal bhat, momos, and music, culture, and diversity. Every time, you know, last week I was in Bhaktapur. So many festivals in Nepal. As I think I mentioned this earlier. I've never lived in a country that has so many festivals. Every day there is a community that celebrates something. And for me, the way how community gets together and the sense of togetherness, I don't see it very often in other countries as well. So for me, I think this is something that Nepal should be incredibly proud of in terms of the tolerant coexistence of different religions and community groups, and coming together during the kind of some of the bad days and happy days, and sense of kind of working together towards common goals. This is something that's so unique, and I will cherish and take with me wherever I go. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much for your time and love for Nepal. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you so much.
Info Plus for genuine information.
Thank you, Director Shahida McDougall, for sharing a valuable insight with us today. Your dedication to fostering cultural and educational ties is truly commendable. We wish the British Council continuous success in its endeavours. And to our audience, thank you for tuning in. Stay with us for more enlightening episode. Next time, take care and namaste.
Info Plus for genuine information.